Meat City, baby.
Hello and welcome back to Meat City Gaming. JD here with another video in Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. And today the Rise Together event got off the ground after a rocky start. The devs put together a fix and got the event back up and running. And there are two components to the event so far that I want to focus this video on. And I'll say up front, if you are a veteran player, you're at max level, there's not going to be a lot here for you in this video. Thank you for clicking on it, but you're not going to get a whole lot out of it. Feel free to stay and watch the rest, but this video is more for people who are at lower levels or less experienced with the game than I am, and I've only been playing for about 2 months, so if you're not in that category, take that for what it's worth. So anyway, the first thing I wanted to cover is the double drop that is activated right now for the next week or so. And what it is for every Cantina battle that's from the Cantina table, the drops are doubled. So that's every possible reward in the Cantina battles, you get X2 when they drop. So instead of 1 shard, if there's a shard in the battle you're doing, you'll get 2 if it drops. Instead of 10 Cantina tokens, you'll get 20. So these are incredibly valuable battles to do right now, and I'm taking full advantage of it. For example, I've been grinding B2 Super Battle Droid for about 2 weeks now, and I've been lucky if I get 2 shards in a day. And I've been doing it, a bit slowly. I'm not using Crystal to refresh my Cantina energy. I know when you get to the higher levels, that's kind of the most efficient way to approach those, and a lot of the max level players do that, and I'll get there eventually. But right now, at this point, I wasn't there. I've been using my crystals to supplement the characters that I'm really trying to advance. When I see Darth Maul shards in the shard shipments, or Rex, or some of those other really powerful characters that I'm trying to finish off, I'm using my crystals there. And also for the mega packs when I build up enough and have the 2,500 to get the mega packs. But right now, while this event is going on, I fully support using the 2 crystal refreshes that cost 100 per day in the Cantina battle. So get your 120 or so, whatever Cantina energy you have, do the battle that you want to do, run all your energy, get a first refresh for 100 crystals, do it again, and get a second refresh of 100 crystals, and do it again. You can see while I've been talking here, I've got the B2 Super Battle Droid grind that I had going, and like I said, I was getting maybe 2 shards of B2 a day, sometimes less than that, and that was from basically 2 full energy uses just from naturally. I would start at night with full energy, use up most of the energy, go to sleep, and then the next day I'd be close to full again, run that down, and then throughout the day most of my energy would build back up again. And it was so slow, but then when this event kicked on and the double drops kicked on, I did not only those 2, but then 2 crystal refreshes for 100 crystals, and you can see the results here. I mean, I unlocked the character from, I don't know, was I 40 shards short, all within a day, and basically for the cost of 200 purple crystals. So super exciting, and on top of that, you got double of all the other drops. So I got double the ability materials, and I got double the Cantina currency. So the amount of shards I was able to purchase with the Cantina currency was also astronomical. Can't recommend this enough. Super exciting. Man, if the game was closer to this on a regular basis, it'd be really exciting, and it would take some of that monotonous grind out of the game. Now, obviously, that might be too quick for everyday play, but a nice little balance closer to that than we have currently would certainly be welcome. So with that out of the way, I'm going to switch into the second part of the event, and that is the Rise Together battles. And what these are, it's basically what we've been working for with the characters that have been added to the game over the past month or so. These are the characters from the Rebels series, and you can now use them to complete a series of battles that will reward you with ship shards for the 2 ships that they use in the show. It's the Ghost and the Phantom 2. They're both light side Rebel ships. And the way that this event is set up is kind of interesting. I fully support this. Again, this is great because they're easy, right? If you've geared these characters up, you'll blaze through these missions. But if you haven't, if you're like me, you're probably looking at these missions and saying, "Oh my god, I got to use these characters. I haven't geared them up. I'm not planning to use them. How much of my credits, gear, all that am I going to have to burn to get these characters high enough to complete these missions because you want the ship shards?" And the good news is not much. So what I tried to do was uh, get the characters up to the minimum level necessary to complete the mission. So, I started with all of them at like level 20 and gear 1 and tried to see if I could get through the event, and I couldn't. And so then I bumped them up a little bit, ran it again to try and see if I could get through, and I couldn't. So I'll show you the full team here, where everyone ended up in terms of what level they are and what gear level they were. And with what I'm showing here at those gear levels and at those levels, I was able to complete tiers 1 through 3, and then tier 4 of the mission is actually a gimme. It says you can use any of your characters when you look in the screen, but actually when you get in there, you're provided the full Rebels squad, and they're maxed out. They're level 85, they're 7-star, so you can just kind of have fun using them as a team. And then tier 5 is actually a space battle where you get to use 7-star versions of the 2 ships, of the Ghost and the Phantom 2, and then you can throw your own ships in there and again complete that space battle to get 3-star versions of the ship. If you complete all 5 tiers of the mission, you end up with 3-star versions of both ships, and you're 5 shards short of having a 4-star ship. And in the previous events, you got characters at different kind of levels. It changed where you ended up, but I think that's probably the best sweet spot, because being 5 away means if you want to get them to 4 stars, you can purchase one of the supplemental packs, because the minimum reward in those is 5 shards. Some of the other ones left you 10 or 15 or 20 away, and it's like, I'm not going to buy one pack, maybe get a 5-shard shipment, and then still need 3 more purchases to get to the next star level. So I think this was that's the right level. If you want to purchase, if you want to pay, you can pay one time and be guaranteed to reach the next star level for 4 stars. But for me, I didn't go that route. I'm going to leave them at 3 stars. Again, I haven't geared them, so their ships aren't viable for me anyway at this point. But I just wanted to comment on how that went. So I have the full battle for each of the tiers following my commentary here. They're very easy and they're very straightforward, so I'm not going to comment over them, but they're there if you want to see how they work out or what you're up against. But if you've got at least the level and gear level that I've shown here for the squad, you'll be able to get through this, and you won't have to use any more gear than that to accomplish this. So hopefully you guys found this useful. If you did, please feel free to leave a like on the video. I truly do appreciate it. And as always, you can subscribe to Meat City Gaming for your future gaming content, including coverage of the events in Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes. Thank you for joining me, and I'll see you next time.